I just made a milli on a meme coin. Drop that contra Addy, let the team join. The biddy doesn't cut it, need to generate the X's. If the bag ain't pumping, then I dump it like my exes. They hate a winner, so they never gon' respect us. She stay in Cali, bout to fly her out to Texas. And no, she doesn't want a Tesla or a Lexus. She wants a ledger on a necklace. Any less than 50X, he's not a flex. You hit that double tiny bet, I'm not impressed. The ledger swinging like a milli on my neck, ayy. Up the bonk mark, Toshi Ninja Pepe. I need that 5 to 10 to 20X the next day. I'm running Dex tools, scanner for the next play. On the sidelines, hating neighborplex. The DJ ballot, word to call it, we the best. Blowing up my phone, me the motorboater. But I'd rather flip the bag like a Motorola. Showing me the titties, oh she wanna have his sex. Said I'd ride a motorboat, P50 doing dags. Cat from a dog, man, I don't really care. Only animal that we don't fuck with is a bear. My only worries when this bubble gonna pop. Guess these songs just a signal for the top. I just made a milli on a meme coin. Drop that contra Addy, let the team join. The biddy doesn't cut it, need to generate the X's. If the bag ain't pumping, then I dump it like my exes. They hate a winner, so they never gon' respect us. She stay in Cali, bout to fly her out to Texas. And no, she doesn't want a Tesla or a Lexus. She wants a ledger on a necklace. I just made a milli on a meme coin. Drop that contra Addy, let the team join. Biddy doesn't cut it, need to generate the X's. If the bag ain't pumping, then I dump it like my exes. They hate a winner, so they never gon' respect us. She stay in Cali, bout to fly her out to Texas. And no, she doesn't want a Tesla or a Lexus. She wants a ledger on her, yeah. I'm just kidding, those motherfuckers keep getting hacked and leaking out data and
Hello, everybody. Who do we have here? Not many people. It is kind of Christmas time already. So yeah, welcome. Lotmo Crypto, G Rob, Jim. I thought I saw more comments than this, but that might be it. Ooh, hang on. I've got a delay. All right, we're good. We're good. Nicholas, Jam B, Odin, Lorenzo, Jim again. Yeah, you like the Christmas sweater, Christmas jumper? Feeling all festive? So, right. I just thought I would drop by. We'll do this as a fairly quick stream. We'll probably wrap it up pretty quickly. I haven't actually looked at the charts very much for the past week or so. I've kind of gone into, well, I've had a load of stuff to sort out. We had a little Toros meetup earlier in the week. Had an absolute travel nightmare yesterday. Oh, this microphone's covering Rudolph's head. Yeah, let's bring it over here, and then you can see his shiny red nose. And yeah, it's just been a bit mad, and also been a little bit ill. So I'm back. Just thought I'd say hello and then say goodbye before the end of the year. I'll probably fit in a stream between Christmas and New Year's as well. Maybe the 28th or 29th next week. We'll see how things are looking, see if there's any good price action to talk about. But yeah, for today, just wanted to... Not hungover, actually, Odin. Not hungover, no. We had a few beers, but I wasn't hungover. It was just because I think just crowds of people, man. And people were sick. So I just got sick. Anyway, yeah. Let's look at the charts. If anyone wants to ask anything about the charts, if anyone wants me to chart anything up, take a look at your shit coins, take a look at what's pumping, have a look at the market, then let me know. We'll finish off the year with some, just having a little look at stuff. And that's about it. I've even made my charts nice and festive. So I know it's not the most exciting stream. However, I'm trying to make a slight effort for you, so hopefully that's all okay. Alright. How hard is ETH going to pump? So Ethereum, first of all, nice that Bitcoin took out the highs again, right? So that's good. Ethereum, right? I've got the targets on here. If the music's too loud or anything, let me know. Okay, this is ETH. So basically what I've been looking at for the past couple of weeks, and this is when we had this breakout, Ethereum had a really nice clean breakout of what had been macro resistance. So if we look at the overall chart, I'm a little bit big because I wanted to show the reindeer's face as well. But if I just make myself a bit smaller, that'll do it, right? There we go. Now you still see. Ethereum, right? So it was resistance. I mean, you had that little high there as well, but then this and this, and you can take this all the way back. So we had this just zone of like resistance that we had to push through, and there was that consolidation beneath it. We had these lower highs being put in, then it broke through that nice impulse as Bitcoin had its breakout as well. And then it was just consolidating, and I was pretty bearish on, I mean, this whole range here was when Bitcoin was just pumping and Ethereum just really wasn't doing anything. So we had that impulse candle up, and then the ETH BTC pair just falling and falling and falling, whilst Bitcoin was making new highs and all of that. And then finally, okay, with the ETH BTC pair, it started to form a nice little bottom here. So you started to form a few like fairly equal lows around that yearly level, which is quite a key level. If we look on like the monthly chart, why am I looking at the monthly chart? It's the yearly chart. This, in a way, like you look at this here from this run that it had in 2018, this yearly level, basically we're looking at that first open and close above from last year, and again this year looking to test that. Otherwise it's essentially a case of coming back down like much lower. So looking to see Ethereum basically if it can hold on to this, and then maybe it forms its new range here and then can break to new highs against Bitcoin, and we're looking at like a flippening situation potentially next year, which I do think it has a good chance of doing, which is kind of crazy, right? Like everyone's more interested in all of the other layer 2s, all of the ETH killers, but at some point we are going to get much better fees on Ethereum. We're going to get another NFT run. We're going to get the ETH coins and the ERC20 tokens pumping again. So it's going to happen. We're going to get that move from Ethereum again at some time soon. So I'd been bearish for a long time, but I do think that now it's starting to look quite good, and this is where I'm looking to put in a little bit of risk. And from the ETH chart itself, this right now I think is a lot more technical than what Bitcoin is, and I can see Bitcoin still struggling with a bit of a range, but with ETH I'm looking up to 2,800 basically, which is kind of where Bitcoin is right now. This Christmas music is making me laugh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Anyway, yeah, that's still my plan. I'm swing long Ethereum. I have been since a couple of weeks really, that I've been like accumulating into a position on this back test, and because we've been holding this anchored VWAP and just dipping into here, basically for myself this whole zone just above 2k was like an area that I was happy to start to add into a position, and yeah, right now it's looking pretty good. So I'm long ETH. I have been for a while. I'm holding my position. I'm pretty relaxed about that. Most of my trading right now is just going in with a relatively decent amount of size and just ignoring the noise and just allowing the chart to do what it needs to do. Yeah, so that is that's ETH, and yeah, I feel like ETH is looking pretty good. So still expecting higher prices on this right now. And do I have much more to say on this? This point of control hasn't done a whole lot. You've been hanging around it. If there was to be a drop, I think at this stage you can't really drop anymore. I mean, you'd have to come down here. Season greetings to you too, Kate. Have a look at HIP. Oh man, I was so pissed about HIP the other day, and I was like very angry about whoever was shilling it to me because I ended up buying it. But the bounce it had off of that point of control, oh my god. Let me just go back and look on the chat. Do you think we'll see 36 to 38k Bitcoin before we see 47 to 50k Bitcoin? With all these hyped shit meme coins pumping, do we think we're close to a top? And could we get a list of ETH coins that are likely to follow in the crew, please? Yeah, I'd need to have a look at what ETH coins, like, I mean, the majority of coins are ETH coins. Yeah? So, like, most tokens out there are Ethereum coins. So it's not like, yeah, just if an asset looks good on the chart and it's not its own layer 2 or layer 1, it's probably an ERC20. So yeah. But of course, over that week, so for myself, I think the week between Christmas and New Year, I'm just going to do a little bit of chilling out, just seeing if there's some opportunities. Realistically, we kind of need a dip. We kind of do need a dip in order to get back into stuff. Like right now, I'm still riding the wave that we've been in for weeks, and it's just really chill. Like every day, like, okay, yeah, there's little pullbacks in the chart, but who cares? Like I'm up, like, if you're up like 300% on your portfolio over the last like 2 months, what's the 10% dip? Like, it's just one of those situations. We keep making these new highs, so I've been fairly relaxed with the trading, and it's a bit of a struggle to find new stuff or to start to add more exposure unless I'm taking big profits on things that are going crazy. So I'll be having a look at opportunities for sure, but right now it's, I mean, stick to what we've got kind of thing. Other questions. Do you think we'll see 36 to 38k before 47 to 50k? No. I think we'll get it, but if I've got to, I always give an answer, all right? I kind of think it's like 60-40, because yes, this could be a double top, it could be another distribution here, we're back up at these highs again, we've been here before we dumped, but it's kind of similar to what we've done previously, where it's just working away on these highs, and even if we drop back down again and we come back up there again over Christmas time, I do think that we're likely to see another situation where we just do the same as what we did previously, and we just go pump, consolidate, bore everybody out, pump. And for myself, the main levels that I'm looking at, and I've said this many times, previous year open 46,200 and previous year high 48,200. I think the narrative is too strong for a big pullback before then. It just wouldn't make that much sense to me unless it's like, oh well, everyone's going to be talking about, are we going to get this move up here, and then bear's just like, nah, fuck you guys, we're just going to dump it. I think that would be kind of bearish if that happens, because we like a narrative. We like a narrative in crypto. We like to... It's so often that you see like, oh, will it, won't it close above the weekly, the monthly, will it do all of this kind of stuff? I just think that narrative as we come into the end of the year of finding Bitcoin up here, especially when we go into ETF, is just kind of strong, and there's a natural just price will just gravitate towards those levels because that's where it's kind of expected to go. I don't think people are really willing to sell unless we get up there, and you do need people to sell for price to go down. First of all, it's not like you can't just fade the market the whole time. It actually kind of works. What most people do is often what happens. So yeah, I'm going to go for 46k. First of all, absolutely, I think we'll revisit 38. Okay, but I would say January, February next year. Maybe once the ETF hype is done and it just has that cool down. I'm not expecting ETF to be a big sell the news event. It just doesn't make sense because the people, like if you're looking at BlackRock, VanEck, all of these ETF providers, they need the Bitcoin price to go up in order to make any money. Well, they don't, okay, because they make money regardless. It's like an exchange. They make money on fees and they make money on the swaps and all of those kind of things. But they need interest in the product. And if Bitcoin starts dumping as soon as the ETF's released, there's not going to be the interest in the product. So there is going to be... I don't see the narrative of it being a massive, like, catastrophic event like the CME listing was. But yeah, sure, I think we can see a bit of a chill in price action, come down to 38k again, spend some time there, bore everyone out around like March, April, May. And then once everyone's bored and a little bit scared, thinking it was a sell the news event, then it's like, and then it just goes to new all-time highs in like Q3, Q4 or whatever. Again, speculative, right? It's Christmas. I don't give a shit what's going to happen. It's Christmas. But that's just like some thoughts or something right now. What other questions were there? Fugazi's in the house. The sweater. Yes. Is that 300% portfolio increase from spot or margin futures, mate? I've been mainly doing spot. And 300% was like a... just... a rough thing. I think, yeah, it depends on what portfolio I'm looking at. I've got some portfolios that are up like 8x over the past few months. My main portfolio is up like 190%. I've shown the screenshots in here before, so yeah. Do you think the web version of XO is worth it? I don't know. Probably not. I haven't used it for like 2 years, the web version. And I'm not using the desktop version very much anymore either. Right now, I will be using it again, but web, no. I think it's missing quite a lot of features. But I don't know. I haven't used it for such a long time. I can't really give a good answer. Someone else asked something else. Oh, look at HIP. Yeah, let's look at HIP. Mexi. Did anyone see the Mexi FUD? Or did anyone hear about the whole Mexi FUD? So hip hooray for HIP. Because I was, who was it that was shilling me HIP when we were in the whole shitcoin mode back here, and it dropped into that POC, and I was like, oh, you little shit, whoever it was that did that. I was very angry. I wasn't angry at all because these things happen and this is what degenerates do. But we were down, yeah, like 40%. But hey, look, we're up now 40%. So we're back in the game. We're doing okay. HIP looks like a good little meme coin. I quite like it. Liquidity's terrible. It's on Mexi, which isn't great. But yeah, there we go. It looks good. But oh man, if I didn't buy here like an idiot, that would have been such a great opportunity to buy it. Like, you know what's happened with Big Time and what happened with Tia. Like, you just look at the similar charts where you just like, okay, well look at what other stuff's did. But, like, Big Time, you're back into that POC and then launch. With Tia, it was a similar situation, right? You come back into that POC all the way back down here. Yeah. And then you launch off of it. So Yeah, there we go. Lorenzo, what about Mexi? So basically, for anyone who's like on crypto Twitter, you probably have seen there's been some FUD surrounding Mexi about how there's one person in particular, but then a few other people have chipped in and said the same things happened to them, like just freezing their funds and like taking coins off of them, and saying, oh, you've made too much on futures, so therefore we're going to take your money away from you. And this is something that will happen, and some of these people haven't even made that much money on futures. Now, the problem with exchanges like Mexi and KuCoin and BitGet, the one that I really don't like, okay, but Mexi and KuCoin as well, is you do not have anything that you buy on there. Even if you're buying spot, you do not own those tokens, and quite often the exchange does not have the liquidity within those tokens to say, if you made a lot of money, if you bought into a project early and it started pumping and you wanted to take all of those tokens out, if something did like 100x, 1000x, and you wanted to take all of that out, it's highly unlikely that the exchange will actually have those tokens, because they're a B-book exchange, it's not real liquidity. And there have been situations in the past with these exchanges where they have been unable to fulfill the sell orders of clients because they do not have the money themselves. So with an A-book exchange, it's real market makers trading real coins. If you buy the asset on spot, you own the asset because the exchange holds the asset for you. With B-book exchanges, it's all just imaginary. It doesn't really exist. You don't know what they've got in their reserves. They might have the tokens, they might not have the tokens. And there have been situations previously where, and I mean, there's, I can't remember, music too loud, sorry. I did, thank you. Is that better? Music better? Yeah, there have been situations in the past with this where like tokens have had to be delisted and they've not been able to get fulfilled. So let's say if I think it was with Mexi actually, where they listed the token, it pumped, everyone tried to sell, and then because they couldn't fulfill the sell orders, they just delisted the token and made it impossible to sell. And this thing will happen, and then actually this token wasn't like available anywhere else, so then people were just like, well, how the fuck do I get my token out? How the fuck can I sell this? I can't. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. Two meme coins worth looking at: Cock and Analos. Cock and anal, eh? We're looking at cock and anal. And once again, you're giving it to me on a freaking B-book exchange. All right. Also, yeah, you said meme is back at the POC for the 15th time. Okay, let's have a look at meme. Also, I need to check my phone. I do need to wrap this up fairly soon. Okay, back to it. All right, Cock, first of all. Cock. Is this the one with the most history, or is there one with a bit more? No, it is KuCoin. This is the thing when you have these like, oh, look at that. That would have been the point, wouldn't it? Like, you know how much I really like internal liquidity? That would have been the point in which to buy. And for me, you're looking at, that's going to be tough to get back up here again. 4 hours not got a huge amount of structure, but okay, we're looking at 4 hour OB there. I'd actually probably prefer that wick rather than the OB daily levels like that. Okay, we're essentially just looking at a range here. Volume. Value area low. So you come and take out the lows. Was that value area low there when it was there initially? Developing value area? Yeah. Oh, and now it's out. Look, value area high just coming down. Okay. This is quite nice actually, because I know this has gone up a lot on DEXs. I'd have to see what the market cap's like. But if this can just continue to range around this area here, then I think there'd be an opportunity for a really good trade, like looking at these higher lows and continuing to put in those, where you can at the very least get a little pop up to here and start to get into a decent position. And this is like what I'm doing with a lot of stuff right now, is it's not, okay, right here, there's not really a trade and I'm not shorting anything at the moment. RJM Reach, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, if this can chill out, come back down towards that point of control, even if it drops a little bit further around about that 2-2 area, 2-3 area, and you can start to buy in, and then if it can rise again and you can just gradually build a position, then I think you could get a decent pop out of that, and then you see what happens with the rest of it. So if you can get an average that's around about the POC, you can flip that for 50% at some stage. Or alternatively, if this does continue to go up, we're looking at this being an area and you're just looking at then a deeper pullback, where you could have something like, okay, there's your low, your high comes up here, and then what you've got is an order block point of control afterwards. So if this does continue to push and then you get a pullback, and then you can trade it like that. But I'd say around that 2,300 to 2,200 to 2,300 sats area looks like a good zone, depending on how we get there, what's going on with it. Yeah, and with this kind of stuff, as always, there is risk because you don't know what the downside is necessarily. It hasn't really had a chance to do the downside, but we are in a bull market, so it would be realistic to expect that bull market does continue and it goes into price discovery up before price discovery down. Yeah. So we've done cock, now we do anal. Analos. Does that? No. I don't see this, so I can't do that. That might be on just Dex Screener or something. Anal operating system. Is it really? That's great. Is it on a Dex? I want to find this. Fugazi will like this. He loves anal. What? Solana backwards. Oh my god, it is. Wow, Solana backwards is anal OS. That's yeah. Odin, I moved coins from Mexi to BitGet. I don't know if that's better. I'd say that's worse. Sorry, I don't like BitGet at all. I mean, I don't really like, I use them. I do use them both, but I don't like either. There's an anal os with hat. Check this out. Analos with hat. Oh, that's dead. Where's the boobies? Boobies is doing good. All right, that's more like it. We prefer that to we prefer the boobies to the anal. What are we doing, man? Yeah, that's definitely dead. Which what one? There's so many of them. This one. There's so many of these things. Yeah. How's Honk doing? Oh, Honk's not doing very well. I'm very upset with that. I'm still in profit. I managed to get out my 20 sol, put in 10, got out 30, even though it did like a 30x. Come on, hold, don't rug. Liquidity still looks okay in comparison to the market cap, but yeah. I saw there was another one on here earlier. Yeah, alpaca. Alpaca's looking pretty good. I was thinking just to buy some alpacas. Pants. Whiff is still going. Boner. This token's called Boner. And it actually looks quite good. Like, technically, if this was just a normal chart, it actually looks quite good. This market is just crazy. Alright, enough of that. Solana has a lot of dirty coins. Well, it is anal OS backwards, so no wonder. What from the real, like, stuff, the proper stuff is up. Arbitrum's doing well. So I got a nice bag of ARB. Zeph. Okay. Yeah, it's up on the day, but not really doing much overall. Root and Rose have been good. So Root's one that, like, okay, if we're looking back at the serious stuff, look at where it is. I just think this area on Root looks real nice. And okay, yeah, there's risk involved. We don't know what the downside is to all of this. We could be putting in some complex, highly complex head and shoulders pattern here with a big old head, a big old rocket ship spiky head and a few funny little shoulders, and then it goes and dumps again and starts to look back in here and see if there's any demand or what's going on. But I like that it's holding the anchor VWAP from launch. I like that the POC is very defined. Okay, it's very, very clear where that point of control is, and it's done this previously, okay? You create a point of control here early on, drop below it, you back test it, you go, and then it's got this new POC, you drop below it, you come back above, you're back testing it, do we go again? So I think Root, like, absolutely looks really good. It's a nice project. Rose is one that within the crew we like. We like Rose a lot. Rose doing fantastically well again. Similar situation, okay? You're just coming back in and you just get these pumps out of liquidity and then you go. So yeah, I think everyone's doing all right now. Rose I was a little bit late into, so I was buying Rose on this breakout, and then we came back into that monthly open, and then it was like go from there. So we're up quite a lot, 40% on this one. I know there's a few people within the crew that are up a lot more than that, so that's looking pretty good. ENS looks ready for some action. Let's have a look at ENS. ENS USDT. Ooh, that's a trend line. That must be a macro trend line, and it must be about to break. Okay. I've got about 5 minutes left before I need to go. Yeah, this is a long... Okay, you can draw this a number of ways. All right, you don't quite know. You've got this little spike. It's not particularly clean. What else can you do with this? You're outside of those standard deviations. So this will be within that... This is like the second to third standard deviation. So you're outside of those at the moment. Oh, you're on the one. Okay, cool. So it has kind of been just riding along this, and then if you break back inside, it's kind of like a Bollinger Band type of thing. Once you're back inside it, then you come back in to that, what is essentially like a moving point of control. If you move this to this high, a bit more recent, that's probably been what's weighing it down. This one as well, probably coming up towards that tip, yeah. The usual stuff. fixed range from here. There's your POC, so we're just popping into that at just the moment. Mr. Brownbug, congratulations. Mr. Rudolph says congratulations. That's awesome. Very happy to hear that. Happy Christmas, happy holidays, and a happy birthday. Happy it was zeroth birthday to your new little baby. Well, I'm happy. That's awesome. Congratulations. How's XRP looking? Yeah, so I think ENS looks like it's one of those that there's going to be a narrative behind Ethereum soon. When that happens, it's going to do well. We know that like ENS is one that can last. But yeah, that's you got quite a nice little range just going on here again, and you're just back at that POC. So let's see if it can consolidate below. Potential area just to scale in. Like a lot of this stuff right now for me, like I say, it's just gradually just building into a position, not involving leverage right now unless it's just day trades, and just building for the next cycle. So if you like it, ENS, and you've got some money to put in, this is one that hasn't done a lot so far, but I think is one that looks pretty good for just the cycle in general. XRP, I'll do 2 more after this. We'll have a quick little look. So we had, okay, just seeing what I'd done here previously. These are like old stuff. These VWAPs are always really good, right? I think like always really good, and it's not going to make a difference. Yeah, so that's from the origin of that pump. What I quite like here, and again, I'm just going to do it. It's very, very simple TA that I'm going to be doing right now. But look at what was holding as support back in the 2021-22 bull run. So a couple of times there, you break it, then it flips, it can't break above, it can't break above. You get this test pump here. Okay, a lot of stuff's been doing that. Remember what we've been saying, you have a pump that comes out of it, builds some volume, you back test the POC, then you can start to consolidate above. And actually spending time above there this time, just from a general just structure perspective, you're starting to put in these higher highs, higher lows. And for the first time, you're essentially like back into this range previously now. So really, really similar to this, right? Really similar. Look at this one. Okay, so look at what it did here, where you've got like resistance. And in fact, no, this is a bit more down here, isn't it? So you go through this like whole, because that's when you had you were in here, you go through the bear market, you have that pump out of it, you consolidate below, and then it starts to hold back above. And look at like kind of the similarities. And I know it's not the same, but you look at this little range here where it goes pump, lows, shakes everyone out, pump, makes new lows, shakes everyone out, and then starts to consolidate, and then just go poof and goes flying after that. So just from a structural perspective, actually that's quite nice. Similar stuff, where you come back into a previous range over here. Obviously XRP did stuff before this that was like major pumpiness that we don't see on this chart, but that would have done, I mean, we know XRP went to like $3 back in the last cycle as well. So yeah, XRP, another one, looks good. Like the whole market just looks kind of similar right now. The nice thing about this is just consistent. Okay, you're just dipping below but keep closing around like that 60 cents. And I remember with XRP, it was always a case of like back here was always like 30 cents was just a massive level for such a long time. And it just couldn't break 30 cents, couldn't break 30 cents, couldn't break 30 cents. And then it kept on testing back into it. And then it did that whole move up to $3 or whatever it was. So if we're now at 60 cents, are we going to see a move to $6? I don't know. Did you color your hair? Is that just the light? It's just the light. I've got a red light on to make it more festive. Yeah, it's just the light. Okay, right. Let me should we wrap it up there? I think this is probably a good time to wrap it up. So, and I do need to go out. I was really hoping to get this stream done yesterday. With Bitcoin, first of all, what I'll say, like right now, I'm not liking too much this top that it's put in. But I think we're probably okay within this range. Like if we drop down to that 43k again, you've got some nice equal lows down here. You can take those out. You can hit into a bunch of these little liquidations and stuff in it. Yeah, you're probably looking okay. If we look at the liquidation heat map, we'll just do the quick thingy majiggy majiggies. Gonna work? There we go. So once again, you've got that big cluster of liquidations above these local highs. I think we're probably likely to take those out, but this can drop a little bit lower. Funding neutral, slightly bearish. Open interest just decreasing. So yeah, not too much to go on with the order flow in general, but I don't know. I don't have too much to say on what's going on the lower time frames. I'm just fairly relaxed about it all. I won't be day trading over Christmas anyway, so as long as this doesn't dump like 20%, I'm cool with it. So yeah, on that note, I will wish everyone a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. I hope the last week or so of 2023 is full of profits if you are still trading, or is just chill and nice and you enjoy family time. Mr. Brownbug, I don't know if you'll be enjoying family time as much as your little baby. You'll probably be stressed out, but it's awesome. And yeah, have a great time, great holidays, everybody. I'll be back again with like regular streams, trading rooms and everything for the crew from the week commencing the 8th of January. However, it's impossible for me to stay away for that long. Like literally being away for 2 days like I have been this week feels like an eternity. So although I will be in like semi-holiday mode and it's not going to be like scheduled stuff, isn't going to be like the regular schedule won't be there. I will be around. There will be live streams. There will be voice channel chats. There will be trading rooms. There will be all of those kind of things. But we'll get back to a full schedule, a new schedule, lots of good stuff to announce. So keep your eyes out next week because there are some exciting announcements. We've got a few things that we wanted to release before Christmas and time just gets away from us a little bit. So apologies for anyone who is expecting some exciting stuff. I know the advent calendar went a little bit quiet, but it's just been hectic. It's always hectic this time of year. I have these great ideas and I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, and you know how bad I am at keeping organized. So I'll be back. Rest up, everyone. Have a fantastic Christmas. I will see you all very soon. And yeah, thank you for joining me.